if I can do it, or anyone else can do it, you can do it. And when I used to hear people say this, I was yeah, fucking right. Like, what are you talking about? Um, I mean, I always knew I could do it, but like, it was different. Um, and I guess I just, what I mean by that is that if someone is capable of getting through something, you can totally get through something in your own way too. And not only get through something, but I was cleaning the touch bar, touch space on the computer, and I got water on it, but it just means that you're as capable as anyone else, and you can do it your own way. And can you imagine the greatness that you can expel into the world, into by by your own way, by just being you, and all the things that you can accomplish if you want to accomplish, or just to live, and be alive. And yeah, I was in the shower and I was just seeing how, well, kind of inspiring, it kind of inspired me to um, realize that if anyone else is capable, like, I am also capable. Because it just shows the the infinite limits of what is possible. Wordly, that doesn't make sense, but the like being able to go against, I mean, over or through these limits um, of other people, not because they necessarily put limits, but it's just you're meeting someone like that's where they're at, and you can go completely where you want to go, you know, and yeah, it's liberating because there's so many things that you can do and quote unquote accomplish or go your own way. Like it can mean so many, it can be so many things, it can mean so many things. So if you feel stuck, just know that you're not stuck because you're boundless. And I know that maybe you have some resistance or thoughts or things like that, which is okay. You will find your way um, one way or another eventually, which is always now. This is what I wrote before in the morning. Just because you don't see it right here, right now, doesn't mean it's not already here, right now. And the example that I can give for this is that um, I had said that I had already received something before I had received it, right? And not just said it, but well, yeah, I said it, and I was doubting it, to be honest. I was like, okay, but, maybe it will come by this date. And not earlier. And I kind of just like um hmm, cactus growing in a cactus. It's funny how things grow inside of each other. Isn't that like Phoenix? But yeah, that just came to mind. My oh, and I lost the train of thought. Like it wasn't coming to mind the specific words. But yeah, I had said that I had already received something, and I was doubting it, and something else happened. Like I just kind of did something, but not really doing something. Just kind of, okay, I went on with my life, and 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 I received it today, and not at the date that I thought that I was gonna receive it, but earlier. It's like cool. Letting things work out. Like I remember also like I would since I have to walk into town to get groceries or if I want to go to another town, I have to go into town. And one night I was like, well, I've been doing this pretty often, just out of nowhere, um, which is never really out of nowhere. But um, I went into town. I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, if I go, how am I gonna like? No, there were two instances. There was one in the rain, and there was another one where I just was going for shopping and I didn't want to walk back. And because it's like a quite a big walk with water and I have to go up this steep hill. But um upward. And so I was like, okay, you know what? Like it will work itself out. Like that's the main point. It will work itself out. Like it will work out. Um yeah, somehow it will work itself out. And I just carried on and I went and I just um, trusted in the fact that it would work out. Not even trusted, but just noticing that this is like a continuum. If you just follow the continuum, it continues, into the continuum that you want. And so there's no real resistance there because it's just life continuing in something that you're continuing on. Like that thought, for example, like that will work itself out. And then I was like going like first I saw this girl and I knew her, so I asked her like, "Hey, could you bring me back to my house?" And she's like, "No, Carla, like sorry, I'm like really busy and I just came here to get meat and I'm leaving and stuff." It's like, "Okay." And as I so like I paid for everything. I got all the things. I paid for everything. And as I was getting I I like was taking out Kronos and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna um just like take the leash and just go, like my dog. And I was walking and everything just happened so like like continuous. As I was walking outside of the entrance of the supermarket, this girl that I had met a while ago that also gave me a ride to the town, but a different day. She was walking outside of the supermarket, and then we were like, "Ah, hi!" And I had quite a lot of things with me and a bottle of water, because I knew I was gonna get a ride, and I just didn't know how. And no, I chose to bet that I was gonna get it, so I took a bottle of water. And she was like, we were talking a little bit, like super random, and then she was like, "Hey, like you need a ride?" And then I was like, yeah, yeah, that would be great. Like, thank you. Like, thank you very much. And she took me home. So that kind of just, if you want some quote unquote proof, there you go. But really, it's just life and living. And if it's possible for me, just just imagine all the possibilities that in good and good for all, in love and peace for all. Like what is available to you too. That like all of your ideas and things that you want to pursue and create in this world. That's pretty remarkable. And another thing, like the shadow self. I Shadow self sounds kind of but in Peter Pan how the shadow is just kind of his like rebellious sort of um like he pushes him to do the things that maybe he doesn't want to do, but it like more of the spontaneous, cheeky, maybe a little bit in the Peter Pan sense, but really your shadow self is just this um, darker side of you that is also just fun and spontaneous and reveals other sides of life. It's not like yeah bad. There was this video of this girl. She was mentioning how like don't be afraid of your darkness. If I can include that video somewhere, I'll include it. But um, yeah, but I feel like when you hear darkness, you kind of like the brain can connotate it with something bad, you know, when really it's just this rebellious, more cheeky, more fun, more like, okay, I'm gonna go out of my comfort zone because like it feels fun, it will be fun. And um, I don't know, think of it as like flirting too, I guess. Um, but not really, because flirting isn't really, it's not love, but um, where is it? Is flirting love? Ah, that's a good question. To flirt. I guess maybe it depends on your intentions. Um, yeah, fun. But yeah, there's nothing to do but just be, which you already are, and have fun, which you already do, and yeah, these are just sort of things that have come up that I feel like sharing, that I've felt like sharing. And I hope it revelations you. I hope we can bond over this, or maybe you have a totally different perspective, and I'd love to hear it if you do have a different perspective, because contrast is good. It pushes it pushes me at least to, well, it pushes you to see things differently. And if you want to change your perspective or not, if you still think the same. So it's like really interesting. I was listening. I didn't get far, but there's this video on YouTube. Pulitzer Prize winner explains his writing process. I was watching that, and since I'm writing, it's like I wanted something a bit different to expand. I mean, different to get like to have new ideas in writing because I felt like it was just a little bit limited right now. And so I was just listening a little bit and I noticed the expansion because it like naturally ideas started forming in myself through this other person, and he had opinions that I disagreed with, um, or just saw things differently. And yeah, it's really cool for the creative process. Life can maybe be taken as a creative process, adventure. Eckhart also says that life is an adventure. And adventure is a nice word. It kind of has this uplifting tone to it. Like it's full of possibilities and there's excitement and adventure. It's like you're going on an adventure and it's going to end, but you're going to enjoy it anyway, you know? Yeah, I'm going to end that there. I think it's a nice ending. Um, love and peace to you, that you find your own peace and love and creative endeavors or things that you want to do, or not do, which normally we find things that we want to do, but out of not doing anything for a while. That's how I found mine, at least. Mine in quotation marks, like it's not mine, but you know what I mean. Like it's not the egos, it's the souls, but yeah, it's mine from my heart and from the heart, and yeah. Okay. Have a good day or evening, morning, wherever you are, and lots of love. Remember to take a breath, to breathe. Abundance.